kobo will always be a kobo, hated by the world that it will eventually eat. The youngest boy was reluctant to identify with the scavenger bird until hearing it put like that. He was an only child, frail but uncommonly precocious, large, intelligent eyes, his nose deep in old crumpled magazines, the frown of an old holy man in these troubling times, skin so fair that the elders had said it was touched by the goddess Radha. He once had hair like a wild child, a haven of lice, never wanted it combed, ruffled it and teased it back out if anyone did. This boy's name was Krishna Sarup. Krishna was from a family of 3. The father, Hans, was in his early 30s, sun-kissed skin, palms like pressed leather. He had eyes that smiled. The remnants of his marasmic childhood still perceptible. Sometimes his limbs seemed more spindly than they really were. But when he labored in the cane fields, he was as handsome and strong and spirited as the war god Subramanya. Worked hard his whole life for a pittance, enough for a dust of flour from the Chinese merchants, some Bermuda's biscuits, and a scoop of ghee, and made do with it. For the past year, he had worked on the Chango estate, where he built fences and repaired doors and maintained the land. His job description changed every week because he could do everything. The mother, Shweta, had sunken eyes that made her look as if she were always fighting slumber, a sturdy backbone and skin dark as the tilled earth, a stud on her left nostril to keep her from outside seduction. Always wore simple white cotton dresses that stopped mid-calf, her muslin dupatta slung like a sash. When she saw her son in the morning, the flecks in her cheeks became prominent. She kept a bandana garden in a barrel trough. A few tulsi sprouts had inveigled their way in there over time. She let them be. Things push themselves into life whether you like them or not. It'd still be dark when she woke up to cook roti at the clay chulha using the firewood that her husband gathered on the weekends. On a good day, she would make pumpkin takari. Nothing was ever wasted. All left behind was used as fish bait. Life sprung from the detritus. Bright pink lotuses in night soil. The 3 lived in a sugarcane estate barrack. These barracks were scattered like half-buried bones across the plain, strewn from their colonial corpse. In their marrow, the ghosts of the indentured, and the offspring of those ghosts. This particular barrack sat by its lonesome, raw and jagged as a yanked tooth in the paragrass-spangled stretch of meadow, beyond the cane field, beyond the rice paddies, the village proper, and the sugar mill, in a corner where God had to squint to see, neighbor to nothing, one donkey cart ride away from the closest dry goods store. This a place of lesser lives, a tangle of wood and iron that seemed to slightly shift shape every time a strong wind galloped over it. There was a communal yard for cooking and drinking and fighting. Inside, 5 families and 5 rooms, 10 by 10 feet. Between each were cracked wooden partitions that didn't go all the way up. The cold, earthen ground. Clothes stitched from old flour bags, coconut fiber mattresses permanently depressed, topped with pillows stuffed with sugarcane tassels. The macadam roads here had no names, only distinguished by the frequency of their fractures. Here, the snake calls blurred with the primeval hiss of wind through the plants. Picture, en plein air, all shades of green soaked with vermilion and red and purple and ochre. Picture what the good people called fever grass, wild Karaili, shining bush, timaris, ticomarias, bois gris, bois cano, Christophine, Janet, Moko, Moringa, Pomerac, Pomsitia, Babadine, Baha.